Partition tutorial. We are here to show you the illustration of quadratic function.
In this section, we will focus on graphing quadratic functions. The most general form of this function is ax squared plus bx plus c. The graph of these functions are called parabolas.
Here are some characteristics of parabolas. Number 1. They have a shape of a letter U. So you should always remember U, letter U. Number 2. Parabolas may open up or down. Number 3. Parabolas may or may not have x-intercepts, but always remember that they should have y-intercepts. Last but not the least, vertex represent the highest or lowest point.
Example problem, we have y is equals to x squared plus 2x minus 8. So, first we will identify the a, b, and c. The a is 1, the b is 2, and the c is negative 8. A is greater than 0, so therefore the parabola is facing upward. To find the x-intercept, we plug in 0 for y. So, 0 is equals to x squared minus 2x minus 8, which factors x plus 4 times x minus 2. Therefore, this parabola has two x-intercepts, which is negative 4 and 0, and 2 and 0.
To find a y-intercept, we plug in 0 for x, which will result to y equals 0x squared minus 0x minus 8, which is equivalent to negative 8. Therefore, the x-intercept of a parabola is 0 and 8.
To find its vertex, we use the equation h equals negative p over 2a. And once we plot in the values, we'll have negative 2 over 2 multiplied by 1, and it will have the product of negative 1. But where is k? To find k, we need to plot in the value negative 1 to the whole equation. Therefore, it will result to k equals negative 1 squared plus 2 multiplied by negative 1 minus 8. It will result to 1 minus 2 minus 8, which is equivalent to negative 9. Therefore, the vertex of the graph is negative 1 and negative 9. So here are the values of x and y. Negative 3, negative 5, negative 2, negative 8, 0, 8, 1, negative 5, and again our vertex. And once we plot the points, we'd have this parabola. Negative 3 and 5, negative 2 and negative 8, negative 1 and negative 9, 0 and negative 8, 1 and 5. So there is our parabola. Proceed to graphing. So first thing to plot in the Cartesian plane is the vertex, which we had computed earlier, which is negative 1 and negative 9. Negative 1, negative 9.
But I think there's a simpler way for us in order to illustrate this function. Let us use the equation. For illustrating to be easier, let us start using the TOV, which is known as the table of values.
Problem, we will identify the y-intercepts so we can do the graphing. The problem is y is equals to negative 3x squared plus 3. We will use these x-intercepts so we can get the y-intercepts. First, we will use the negative 2. Negative 3 times negative 2 squared plus 3. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 plus 3. So the answer is negative 9. Next is x is equals to negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 squared plus 3. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus 3. So the answer is 0. Next, x is equals to 0. Negative 3 times 0 squared plus 3. Negative 3 times 0 is cancelled plus 3. So the answer is 3. Next is x is equals to 1. Negative 3 times 1 squared plus 3. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus 3. The answer is 0 also. Same as the x equals to negative 1. Next is x is equals to 2. Negative 3 times 2 squared plus 3. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 plus 3. So the answer is negative 9 also. Same as the x equals to negative 2. So, as you can all see, the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts are now complete. We will now do the graphing. Now, we can start the graphing. We will use these x-intercepts and y-intercepts to do the graphing. Now, this is the result of the graph. This is negative 2 and negative 9. This is negative 1 and 0. This is 0 and 3. This is 1 and 0. And this is 2 and negative 9. Now, let's connect the dots. So now, as you can see, the parabola is facing downward.
We are going to show you this quadratic function in real time. Submarines and ships also use quadratic functions to locate specific destinations.
Also, quadratic functions can be used in police investigations to find the exact trajectory of the story bullet that had been fired.
The trajectory symbolizes the parabola in the quadratic function.
Distance of flight, angle of depression, and angle of elevation.
Length or distance of objects can also be determined by using
So guys, I hope you enjoyed